Welcome back, guys, to the Off the Top podcast here with your co-host, George Byran. It's been a while. I said I was going to post on Friday, and I'm going to. It's going to be a big series for me. I'm going to be bringing in a lot of college kids, all the way from NIA to Division One, even a professional player. So stay tuned. It's going to be a really long time coming for me and everybody else here. Thank you to all the staff and everybody who's behind the scenes, and thank you to Byran College, man, for bringing y'all through here. Would y'all mind saying y'all's name one by one?
Yeah, I'll start off.
Okay.
I'm Owen Morales.
Okay. Elias Lemus.
Yeah, my name's Malachi de Oliveira.
Okay. How many years have you been at Byran?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
3.5.
And then I'm a freshman. It's my first semester.
Okay. As a freshman, what is one thing that you would say that was probably like the hardest thing to do, just adjusting to be here now?
So I've moved around a lot most of my life. So I kind of found adjusting kind of easy for me because I've been kind of used to it, to be honest. The main struggle for me was the calf food.
The calf food?
It was bad, like really bad. So I kind of struggled with that because my dad is a chef. So
okay. That makes
coming
sense.
from that, I was like, man, this food's trash.
Yeah, but wait, isn't college food like at least? Hey, bro, if you think that food is bad,
yeah.
wait until you food here. Food here is probably worse.
Compared to
honestly.
high school food, it's definitely a lot better, but that doesn't mean it's good.
It's
so I would
good,
say
no,
that.
it's bad.
And
Dang,
he's a
bro.
vegan too, so
Yeah.
Dang, nah.
Hey, they do got an ice cream machine though.
Hey, bro, that's clutch though. Hey, ice cream, bro, I take it every day. No, yeah, that's crazy. But like as this season went by, I know like y'all made it a little bit further, this year. Going into, just being able to win this year. I feel like just getting to that stage, almost getting to where y'all wanted to get. What was one thing that you would say that like kind of made this year different from the other past years that have happened at Byran?
for me personally, well, I didn't get to play my freshman year, but I was able to watch. But from my freshman to my junior year, I would definitely say that we like improved a lot, Especially this year, I would say it was definitely our best year, and we didn't get as far as we wanted to. We got a little bit far, but not, like I said, as far as we wanted to. But I don't know. To me, I'm still happy with the team. Like, everybody, like, worked hard, and it was just nice to see everybody do good,
Yeah, because I see y'all's trainings all the time, like when they be posting y'all on the gram and stuff like that. But I mean, sometimes like I be looking and stuff like that, and I'd be like, oh, okay, like it's cool, but it kind of just looks like it's not like the level. Like I have said all the time, like I feel like the level in college compared to high school is so high that like you think it looks easy. Like you watch it and you're like, bro, like this looks so simple. It looks like everything's so simple, but you don't understand how sharp it needs to be.
Exactly.
So I always tell like all the guys that come on the pod all the time, always tell me like, yo, the only thing about college is just that you have to be perfect. Like you can't mess up. Like one little mess up costs the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what's like just that like adjusting moment that you've had like in college? Have you ever had like a tough moment in college where you're like, oh shoot, like I kind of like you realize like, yo, like this is a different level. Probably when you were a freshman.
Football in college is sort of more of technical.
Yeah.
A lot of touches. You take a lot of touches, but you also take less touches in the game as well. So it's all about the sharp touches that you have in practice and in training, and that shows on the game field. And, we have a coach that always wants us to play quick.
Mm-hmm.
We're a team that likes to possess, but we play quick as well when we need to get out of tight spaces, to build from the back all the way to the forwards. And, in college, like in high school, you see a lot of dribbling. You see a lot of, the football is a lot slower. And when you come to college, you start running into international kids. You start running into these kids that come from all over the world, and it's a different kind of soccer, And you got kids from England, you got kids from Brazil. It's all different types of soccer, but it's quick soccer. It's quick football, and you got to be sharp. You always got to be, thinking ahead. So you got to be a step ahead every time before you get the ball.
Yeah. Do you think that like just all that stuff that go into it, like, I know being a freshman in college is probably the hardest part of it, classes, getting adjusted to, having to go to practice. Even like sometimes you would show me like the preseason like stuff y'all would do, just having to wake up so early, and having everything on a schedule. Like, do you think those type of moments like really prepare you for that when you come on and you start doing all this stuff, into the field? And like, I think just like, I know that there's a lot of things that go into college, not only, the classes and everything else that's going on, but I would want to say like, what's one thing that has took you the longest to adjust to?
I guess for me, like coming from high school and club, I was the best one in my high school and club. So coming here, I was kind of like okay, I'm gonna do the same thing I did in high school and club, and
Yeah.
I like dribbling a lot and stuff. So I came here kind of confident. I was like, I'm gonna just dribble, do my thing like I'm in high school. But I quickly learned that it's a lot different. The physicality, everything is just a lot higher up.
Yeah.
So I kind of adjusted to that, I guess.
It was probably the hardest part for you.
It's been a struggle, but I've been adjusting,
Yeah.
I'd say. But
Do you feel like now that you've been there for a year, like, do you think that you have improved in like certain things that like you probably didn't really like? I feel like realize as much until you got to college.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, no. But, like,
Yeah.
looking back to the season and stuff and, thinking about it, I think I have improved a lot.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like, well, for one part, like, I would always talk about, just the classes in general, like, with Elias all the time, because I remember, like, when he first got to college, like, he would tell me, he's like, bro, like, so much schoolwork, like, so much things got to be done, and I would always just think to my mind, like, it's so much, but, when you start getting, like, into your junior, senior year, I feel like you're kind of just focusing on what you want to do. So, like, you don't really have to, like, you're not really, like, doing classes you don't want to do. Like, you're having fun with the classes you're taking.
Take all your hard classes freshman year, sophomore year.
Yeah.
So, and try to get as many credits as you can, the first 2 years, so that when you're sort of pushing to that last year, it's more sort of like what you call electives. In college,
Yeah.
they're called electives. They're sort of just like free classes that you want to take. You just got to reach that maximum amount of credits. So you could take classes like bowling, badminton. You could take painting, your senior year, and just get those history classes, those history science courses. Get them out of the way early.
Yeah.
That way, you can have
You
a
can
chill senior
finish.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, like I kind of want to go towards more like your upcoming as just being in high school. Like you said, when you're in high school, you're really good at your high school, really good in club. Like, how was that process when you first started playing? Like, what age did you start playing soccer when you started?
I started playing soccer at like 10, 11.
Oh,
I used to actually play basketball.
Oh wow.
I will say though, like, to answer your question a little bit,
Yeah.
like for me, I played club soccer, apart from high school.
Yeah.
But I noticed that like playing club helped me a lot going into college because I've seen, not at Byran necessarily, but at other colleges where there's a lot of high school players that didn't have any college experience. I mean, any club experience.
Yeah.
So they go straight from high school to college, and I mean, realistically, high school soccer isn't as serious as
as club
college.
soccer.
Like college you're getting paid for,
Yeah.
and I feel like high school is like almost like a joke, not really a joke, but like a place where you make memories, and it's not
Yeah,
just
it's
as
just for
serious as-
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like a lot of the guys, man, that I've been around, a lot of them have played club, even from Elias's brother Joel, to even some of the guys I play with now, and like all the time, they're telling me like, bro, like I went to club soccer, like Jose, my cousin, he would tell me how like their coach would be like, bro, if you think high school soccer is good, like you're a joke, like he would tell that all the time,
Exactly.
and like he would tell us, he'd be like, bro, like you go there and you start seeing kids that are like 5 times better than you. Like they're just in high school. Like imagine like college when you go there and you see these kids who like Elias said, from internationals that come from all over the place, and like all these kids are like, oh shoot, like that kid's from Germany,
Yeah, and they're coming with a purpose too,
Yeah, like I feel like they're just more hungry. Like
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
coming from a
Definitely.
place. They're coming from a place, where they don't really have what you have, and you're so used to like, like this is a normal life for you, but for them this is like opportunity. It's a land that they want to take over. So I want to ask you like the process for you to get to Byran, because I know that like maybe a lot of kids don't know like how do you get recruited from where you're from, so like how was the recruitment process for you as a freshman, because I know it's probably different.
For me, it was a little, I'd say, like, different from most people. So my senior year of high school, I ended up transferring to a smaller high school because I was just trying to graduate early.
Yeah.
I'd kind of given up on playing college soccer. I was like, I don't think this is for me. I had 4 offers at the time, and I didn't take any of them. I went to this high school. I graduated in 2 months for my senior year, and I just started working. I told my parents I just want to work. I started working. My dad said, okay, if you want to work, you're going to have to start paying bills, doing it. You want to be a grown man, then act like a grown man. So I was like, all right. I started doing that for like 7 months, and I was like, man,
It's hard.
it's hard.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting a letter from Byran.
Yeah.
I really don't know how. Kind of, I don't know if it was God or what. And my dad was like, are you sure you don't want to try this out? This could be like your last opportunity.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I'm going to go. So I went on a visit. I met Coach Davidson. I liked it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I like it. because I don't want to regret not trying this opportunity.
Yeah, facts.
So that's kind of how it happened for me.
Yeah,
I
like-
took the opportunity, and now I'm here. So
Yeah, it makes sense because like I always say, like I always tell the guys, like a lot of the kids in my class, man, like maybe just like 2 or 3, like me, Christian, that has been on the pod before, and these other kids, like they have like their own businesses. Like they do photography. Some of them do like video stuff for the football team. People do weddings and all types of stuff. Right? It's like 5 of us maybe. I do the pod, and so it's kind of like everybody has like the little thing that they want to do, right? And I tell guys all the time, like when the opportunity comes, take full advantage of it, because opportunities only come once in life. Like you know, you like things are gonna come and go, but if you don't take like that as initiative to go out there and try it, or like at least go and like, even if you fail, like I say all the time, like it's okay. Like if you feel like college is not for you, or if you feel like you go to college and like at least you tried it, you know, at least you saw if it was for you. But I feel like I say that all the time, like there's other opportunities now, just like in the time we live now. Like, there's people who live off of a podcast. There's people who live off of social media. There's people who live off of things that you probably are not skilled at, but you can learn, you know? So I say it all the time, like little things, like I told you, like posting at certain times. Like those little things will help you grow fast. You know, short videos, like reels, TikToks, and stuff like that are going to help whatever you're building grow. If you have any type of like merchandise you're selling, anything like that, it will blow up fast if you know when to post and who to post it to.
also staying consistent, I think, is a big
consistency is really, really important. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this series now, because when I first started the podcast, I was doing just straight coaches that had came into our school that were like NFL people that I knew. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just get these guys who are popular that I can get like something out of it, right? But then it just got to the point where like I was doing so much stuff outside of school. Like I was working with CFC, I was working with the football team, I was doing commentating for the school and all the sports. So I've wrestled, played football, and played soccer like my whole time here in high school. So when I was here, it was kind of hard for me to like try to like pick what I wanted to do. You know, I've always liked wrestling. I watch wrestling all the time. And like wrestling here at the school is so popular. You know, there's so many wrestlers, but not everybody gets a spot. And I wasn't willing to cut 20 pounds every week to make a weight class, right? So I told him, I was like, nah, man, you know what? I can't do it. Like, I'm sorry. When I came from middle school, like, everybody wanted me to wrestle. Like, yo, George, wrestle. When I was in middle school, I would eat, like, the pizzas from the kids that were cutting weight to make 130 to wrestle 150. So I was, like, wrestling kids who were, like, twice my size. But I had so much technique because I would come in and wrestle here at the high school with the high schoolers. And, they were all, like, a big family. And that's one thing that I enjoyed so much, like, from being in wrestling was just like the family feel, like even the parents that didn't know me, like were like, yo, George, like if you need a ride to the match, I got you. Like I was like, yo, like never in my life I'd ever thought like somebody would come up to me and offer me to help me, you know. And like I just in that moment I kind of just fell in love with the sport. I fell in love with something that I liked, and I was like, yo, like I like being able to do things you can't do in the streets and do it for a sport. Why not? You know, I could slam people as many times as I want. Like why would I not do it? You know.
True that.
And I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed the game, and I had played football before, but I didn't want to play football no more. I was too small. I didn't want to play football no more. So I was like, yo, I'm just gonna hurt myself. And so I decided to wrestle, and it was probably the best thing I ever did. It helped me a lot mentally. I was really like reckless. I just did a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to do, and just being in wrestling just kept me in shape, and you know, kept me like mentally fit, body fit, and it helped me a lot. And like now that like, you know, I'm transitioned to this, like we say it all the time, like sports are meant to make you a better man. You know, so I feel like just transition from there, now being here and having so many connections around the school and just having connections even to be able to bring y'all guys here, like it's just something that I'm really blessed to say, like, yo, like I've worked really hard, but I feel like if God wasn't there in that moment, you know, when I was struggling a lot, man, I like Elias knows a lot, but like I wasn't going to church for a very long time, like for a moment, you know. And in that time, like I was working all the time, I was doing all this stuff, man, but I really understand the purpose, you know. I didn't like, I would come to school, like I always passed my classes, never failed any class. But like it was just more about like me, like you said, being consistent, bro. I was never consistent. Like I was the type of guy, I would try stuff. If I don't like it, I would quit. Like I wouldn't just keep on grinding, keep on pushing towards it, and like just playing here soccer all the time, and just the coaches being like, yo, like, you know what, like you can do this. Like no matter what you do, like you're good at what you do, so chase it. And even Mr. D, man, that guy, he pushed me so much. So many times I've stayed here at school, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., editing videos, making stuff, and like I just don't say nothing. I just keep it but to myself. But coming into this series, like I told all the guys that are like supporting me, man, the guys in the back, doing all the stuff, like I tell them all the time, like, yo, like appreciate y'all so much because like I know that like it's not just me, like, you know, just being able to bring y'all guys here, being able to just have the opportunity to just be here is like really special to me. And so I would want to say like just enjoy those moments, you know, like I say that to all the time, like all my shows I say like take advantage and like enjoy the moments you have because we talk about all the time like, yo, like I'm gonna do this next year, I want to do this next season, but you don't know if you're gonna be here next year. So I always say like, you know, take advantage of what you have, but at the same time enjoy what you can obtain, you know. So like I would say like what's one thing that like you live by now, like as you've got older, you know, grown from everybody else, like what's one thing that you grew up
going off of what you just said, it reminded me of something that my dad always tells me, you know. I mean, if Elias knows my dad and anybody that knows my dad knows that he can literally talk to anybody, even if he's talking to somebody that's like quiet or not talkative. My dad is somebody that can make you talk, you know, and even laugh, you know. And something that he's always or I grew up hearing was like, you need to be able to talk to everybody, you know, and know people because you never know like what people have for you, you know.
Facts.
Or what you can get out of people. And like even like right now, you know, like through Elias, I met you, and now we're here like on this podcast, you know. So it's like things like that you're able to enjoy, you know. So
it's so much true. Like all the time we say like you never know who that guy who was sitting by himself is gonna be in a couple years. You know, that guy could probably be the next millionaire, and just because you said hi to that guy, he's gonna remember you. And I had a really crazy experience, bro, my freshman year, like crazy experience. I was like in this like freshman class, right, where like all the freshman kids were at. You saw those classes that were in the gym. Yeah, I was in one of those classes, and like I had like a teacher, but he was really never there. He was a football coach. He was really never there. And one time we did one project, the only project we ever did in that class. And it was a project about like getting to know everybody in your class, bro. We didn't even know each other, like literally. We only talked to the people we knew, and that was it. And there was this one kid, bro, like he would wear shorts every day to school, every day. And one day it was freezing cold. Like I'm talking like it's like 27 outside, bro. And everybody's like, yo, like, we need, like everybody in hoodies and sweats and homie out here in his shorts, like nothing, right? And I was like, and like I didn't say anything because I mean it doesn't really like I don't really have anything to say, you know. But that happened, and I remember that moment, just like I was just like, you know, everybody's laughing, having fun. And it's like, yo, bro, he wearing shorts. I know he freezing, you know. And like I remember like we did this experiment, and like you had to pick out a name out of the hat. You didn't know who it was, but whoever it was, you had to write like 3 positive things about them or whatever, right? That you knew about them. And like I didn't know who I was gonna get, right? And I just got like a random kid. I don't know who I got, but I didn't know who got me. I asked all my friends, like, did y'all get me? Like, nah, bro, I didn't get you. I was like, dude, who got me then? Like I'm tripping, right? And then like prior to that, like probably like a week before that, we were all walking out to lunch, right? And I have always practiced like a thing of saying like thank you or appreciate it. I always say appreciate it. And he opened the door for all of us, but like I used to play football my freshman year, so all the football players walked out, right? And he was holding the door for everybody. And I was like the last one to go out, and I was like, oh, appreciate it, homie. Like, I just went like that, right? That's all I said. And I walked out, went to lunch. I didn't think nothing about it. I didn't think anything was gonna happen. And then when when you were gonna get the note, but the teacher was gonna give it to you. You didn't know who like got it, right?
Yeah, so it was an honor.
And like but it said like their name, just that like he wasn't gonna give it to you. And so I read it, but like the name was in the back, so I didn't know who had gave it to me. And I read the paper, and the paper says like, yo, like George, I know that like you talk a lot about like future, like life and stuff, right? And then at the end it said, but one thing that I respect you for is like that the whole football team walked past me when I opened the door, and you were the only one that said thank you to me. And bro, that moment right there made me like think so much. Like now I'm like, yo, like just those simple words that you use, like that you probably don't pay attention so much to, like the little things. I always say like the little things are one day gonna become a big thing. You know, and like sometimes I think about that because that always stuck in my head. Like my whole high school time, I've always thought about that, like just saying thank you to people, because that has built me so many connections here at the school. Like just being able to be cool with everybody, man. Like even bring you on, bro. Like I didn't even have to check y'all in, bro. Like literally, like because everybody knows me. Like Al knows me, everybody knows me. Like I literally bring people and they're like, all right, it's cool. Like nobody cares. Like they're cool with it. You know, like even the teachers tell me all the time, like, when you finna drop a new episode? I want to watch a podcast. Like I don't got nothing to see to when I'm eating. I'm like, like that motivates me, bro. Because like when you're a kid, bro, like I'm starting this, right? But like it's hard, bro. It's hard when you start because you want to stay consistent, but you don't see the growth yet. You know, like you don't see it yet. And like you're just like, damn, like I'm dropping this, and like I thought it was really good, but it didn't do well. And I'm like, yo, like I wish it would have done better.
What made you want to start these podcasts?
Man, dude, honestly, like the only reason why I started it was because I was tired of doing news stuff. Like you can see like that newsstand that's right there. That used to be like our life basically. Like we literally used to make like shows, but we were trying to like move back into news, especially when Mr. D came in. He came in my sophomore year. My freshman year had this trashy teacher, man. Like, he didn't really care, bro. Like, he didn't care about us. Like, he would just let us like watch movies and do nothing literally in class. We didn't do a single project when I was a freshman. And so I just took this class again my sophomore year because I was like, bro, if I'm not gonna do nothing in that class, like why would I not take that class? So I took it during soccer season on purpose because I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do nothing for that class. I'm just gonna be chilling, right? And it was my fourth block, so I was like, bro, that's a nap time before class, before practice, right? So I was chilling, bro. And then Mr. D was like the new teacher, and he was like, hey guys, you know what? Your old teacher, that's out the door. Like we getting to work. Like he told me straight up, and like he had came from like an Orlando job. He was working in Florida for the I can't remember what it's called, but it's like an amusement park in Florida. He was working for them, and he had like an offer to go to a college to be like a media guy. But he said that whoever called him first, he was like, if Chad calls me, Florida calls me, whoever else calls me, that's where I'm going, like next, right? And so he came here to Cleveland. Chad called him first. He was working in Chattanooga, but then heard that there was a job offer here, and like he had came to school. Well, he had learned from the teacher that used to be here, like the old teacher. So he decided to come and like help the program because it had helped him. So he was like, you know what, I'm gonna come and help out. And plus, he needed to spend more time with his family. So he's like, you know what, I'm gonna come down here because when you work in media stuff, man, you're in concert to concert. Barely spend time with your family. Like
traveling.
You're traveling all the time, you know. And so he wanted to stay in the city and like settle down for a little bit and be able to spend time with his kid. So that happened, and then when he came in, like I straight up told him, I was like, I don't want to do new stuff. Like I can do it, but I don't want to do it. And one day it was the biggest wrestling match here in Cleveland, number 1 versus number 2, which is literally crosstown rival, or number 1, number 2 in the whole state. Bradley. And so, bro, biggest match, bro, 4,000 people in the arena. The arena is packed, bro, not a single seat open. And like they're like, yo, George, like, can you do interviews? I'm like, interviews? Yeah. Because I used to joke around, bro. I used to go around in class and be like, I'd be like, yo, like, how was your day today?
Like a TikToker.
Yeah, like just joking, right? Like for fun though. I didn't even record it. Like I would just do it for fun. And like that day I was like, damn, but I do that all the time. Like, would it be hard? Like I'm thinking in my head, like, will it be hard, right? And then like they're like telling me like, you want to do it? And I'm gonna be honest, I just said straight up, yeah. Like I said, yeah, bro, I'm cool. Yeah, I'll do it. But I just didn't want to say no. Like I was like, yeah, I don't want to say no. Like this might be my opportunity, right? I was like, I'm not gonna say no. And like I said, yes, just because, you know. And then he's like, just dress well, like dress something. So I wear some Cleveland type thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm finna wear this blue. And I had like a nice little fit I was gonna wear. And I was like, all right, bet, I'm ready. And so I pull up, right, and like the sweat start. Like I get there, and like I see the lights are turned off. Like the only like and I see like mat side seats. Like they had sold mat side seats for like $30 a pop. Like because like bro, the match is the biggest match of the year, and like recruits come because it's number 1 versus number 2 in the state, and which is crazy because we're literally 15 minutes away from Bradley, and like we're right number 1, number 2 in the state. That's insane. And so like a lot of people come, man. It's like, dude, those rooms that you see that are up there become kind of like VIP rooms. Like recruiters go and sit there, and like they can see through the glass and like watch, and so it's like super cool, bro. And like the lights turn on, and like it looks so nice, and so. I'm like over here sweating, bro. And like I start seeing the arena, like when they open the door, bro, the arena starts filling up, bro, like crazy, dog. And like Mr. D's like biggest show of the year. We hadn't done like nothing crazy since he had got there. And like he was like, dang, y'all fill up this much people in this arena? I'm like, yeah, bro, people in the track, bro. Like it's packed. And like I'm like, yo, like, and this is live. Like this is on the TV. This is on Channel 3. Like Channel 3 was here, so it was on the TV. Like in the arena, they put down like this projector, and like I'm right there on the big screen, bro. And they're telling me like, oh yeah, you're gonna be right here. Like every single time, like I know wrestling. Like I've wrestled before, so it was good for me. Like I already knew what I was gonna do. I had to watch videos like the whole night, trying to see like what reporters do like after the NCAA to like see what to say, right? And I was like, all right, I'm ready for this. And so I know the guys, like I know all the guys that wrestle, and like they know me, so it was easy. Like I told them I got them ready. I told them like, yo, like I'm gonna interview y'all. So every single time, like after y'all's match, we already knew who was gonna win and who was gonna lose because like you already know who's better than who. Like there's state placers on each team, and so I'm like, yo, Bentley, like as soon as you come off, like I got you in the booth. He's like, bet. And so like I go and I'm like I'm chilling. Like what I did was that. But to keep my nerves down, I was like, I'm just going to look at the person, look at the camera, and not look at the crowd. Like, if I look at the crowd, I'm like, I'm going to sell. So I was like, all right, bet. So I just tell him, like, yo, like, he won, like, the last 15 seconds, bro. Like, he dominated the match, but the kid, like, kind of came back, and, like, he beat him, like, the last 15 seconds. So it was, like, crazy win. and like people are screaming, bro. I'm like, yo, like first interview, like damn, like you know what I'm saying? And so I go straight up. I'm like, yo, like I hit him straight up and I told him, I was like, yo, like how was those last 15 seconds? What was going through your mind? And he's like, yo, like you know what? I don't know, man. We always practice different scenarios, and like I saw him. I got the cow catcher, and it was like the easiest points in my life. I just saw it. I've been doing that move since I was 3. I went in and just hit him, bro, and I got it. And like, let's go, bro. Cleveland's up right now. And so I was like, let's go, Cleveland Raiders. And like I like screamed it like as hard as I could,
And
bro.
the crowd got hyped.
And like my confidence went up high because all the people were like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
and then like the kids like that knew me, they're like, yo, let's go, that's hard. And I'm like, yo, like in my heart, I'm like, yo, I actually did that. I was like, now I got like 7 more to go. So I'm like, yo, like, all right, I gotta focus. And like after that whole night, man, probably one of the best nights I ever had. And I remember like going home and I'm like receiving text messages from people that I don't even know, like random adults, like sending me text messages like, yo, you did a great job tonight. You did a great job. Like teachers emailing me, telling me like, yo, you did awesome. And then I come back to school the next day and like all the teachers that I know are like, yo, we saw you on TV. You were on the news. I was like, what? I was on the news? I thought I was just on the school, like, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, bro, like we saw you and everything. I was like, dang, bro. And like from that moment, I was like, yo, I got to make something out of this. Like I thought in my head, I was like, this is my
Yeah.
moment. This is my moment to do something. And so I told Mr. D, I was like, I want to make a podcast. I told him straight up, I was like, I want to make a podcast. And he was like, you sure? And I was like, yeah, I want to make a podcast. And he
Did
was
you
like,
make that name?
yeah, off the top.
Off the top.
And I'm telling you, literally all this, bro, I could literally close this right now. And like, I'm not even, if you realize I haven't even read that. Like, I'm probably not going to read at all.
Yeah.
But like, literally, like, that's the reason why I called it off the top, because it just goes off the top. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think at all. So like, that happened, bro. Probably one of the craziest moments. And then from there, I capitalized on that. And there's like where the pod started. Like, off the top came, literally sat down one day in this studio. And I was talking to Christian. I was like, bro, I want to make something catchy, something that I can like use all the time. And I was like, yo, like when somebody asked me like, what, like when Elias asked me, he's like, yo, like, what are you gonna talk about? What are the questions? I was like, I don't know. It just goes off the top.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because Owen and Malachi were asking, like, they're
Yeah.
like, dude, what kind of questions is he gonna ask? Like, we're just gonna show up and like not know what's going on. And I was like, well, he just told me that he's just gonna straight off the
Yeah.
top.
Like,
And you
bro,
said that little
we can
top
talk about
emoji.
anything you want, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally, and like things like the YouTube is mine. So like I can do whatever I want on
Yeah,
it.
true.
That's one of the things I would say. Like my freedom that I have here is something that I wouldn't trade for anything, bro. Like just being able to use all this, like, bro, all this, like literally, Mr. D was like, all right, we're gonna order it. Like, he's like, we're gonna order it,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be control of all that. And I was like, all right, bet. Comes in, everything. I set it up, and there's where I made my first show. Made my first show with Coach Tigard when he first got here. Number 1 most paid high school coach right now in Tennessee when he came here to Cleveland. And made shockwaves, man, throughout the state. People were like, yo, like, y'all brought the black men coach. Like, this guy has just won a state championship a year ago, state placer the year before that, and brought an offensive coordinator that had just won a state championship. And so he's, like, bringing all these, like, monsters, bro. And, like, you're like, dang, like, football running back from Tennessee, running back coach for Cleveland High School. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, that's crazy. Like, they're over here talking about coaches that have DBs in the NFL. You're like, whoa, like these guys were just in the league a couple years ago. Now they're gonna coach you.
Yeah.
Like those are the type of coaches you dream of. Like you want to play for a coach that you know has been in the moment where you want to be one day. You know.
Exactly.
And so like, I don't know. Like as the years, like as this year has went by and now this year's coming in, like I'm trying to hit it with a bang. That's why I hit December. December is like the time where YouTube is the most watched in December. So a lot of people, like, I don't know if you see, but on YouTube, like, all the time, like, in December, people are dropping video after video
Yeah.
after video after video because it gets the most views.
A lot of holidays, a lot
Yeah.
of free days. So
Like, bro, we're about to have break in, like, a week or two.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're done on Wednesday.
Oh, dang, yeah. Like, bro, I think we still got, like, a week, but, like, the thing is, like, even during Christmas break, I'm still going to record, like, 2 episodes
Yeah.
on the 21st, and then from there, I'm going to take a break because, I mean, I have, like, episodes that drop, but it's going to be dropping every Friday, so, like, I'm going to be, like,